When it comes to cars, most of us expect laws to focus on safety and efficiency. But around the world, there are some car-related rules so strange that they seem straight out of a comedy sketch. From banning Sunday car washes to outlawing dirty vehicles. Let's take a fun dive into the world's strangest car laws. If you live in Switzerland, don't even think about grabbing a bucket and sponge on a Sunday. It's illegal to wash your car on this day, thanks to the country's strict laws about maintaining peace and quiet. Sundays in Switzerland are considered a day of rest, and any activity that might disturb your neighbors, including the noise of water splashing or a vacuum running, is off limits. So, unless you want a side of fines with your car soap, it's best to wait until Monday. In Russia, a dirty car is more than just an eyesore. It's a fine waiting to happen. If your car is coated in grime, especially if it obscures your license plate or windows, you could face penalties. The reasoning is straightforward. Dirty cars can pose visibility issues, but enforcement can sometimes feel arbitrary. Either way, it's a good excuse to keep your car looking spotless. Germany's Autobahn is famous for its stretches of road with no speed limit, but there's a catch: running out of fuel is illegal. If you find yourself stranded on the Autobahn because you didn't fill up, you could face fines. The rule is designed to minimize unnecessary accidents or traffic disruptions. Before you channel your inner speed demon, make sure your tank is full. Australia's wildlife laws extend to the road too. In many parts of the country, drivers must give way to animals like kangaroos, emus, and even camels. In Japan, respect for others is a cornerstone of the culture, and that extends to driving. If you splash a pedestrian by driving through a puddle, you could be fined. This law is especially relevant during the rainy season when puddles are unavoidable. If you love the sound of a good tire screech, don't move to Kansas. In this US state, making your tires squeal, whether from a burnout, sudden stop, or sharp turn, could land you in trouble. It's one of those laws that makes you wonder just how noisy things got before it was enforced. In South Africa, drivers must give livestock the right of way. That's not all. If you're driving behind a donkey cart, you're required to keep a distance of at least 50 feet. This rule might feel a bit outdated in urban areas, but it's still on the books and actively enforced in rural parts of the country. This Danish law may sound unusual, but its roots are firmly in safety. Drivers are required to check underneath their cars for children before starting the engine. While the law dates back to a time when kids often played in the streets, it's still technically in effect.